It was described by President Roosevelt as a sudden and deliberate attack on a country that had let its guard down.
December 7th, 1941, a date which will live in infamy.
After the Japanese planes attacked Pearl Harbor, a wave of patriotism swept across America, and our country was hurled into war with the promise to never forget. Never forget. Never forget.
But I don't want to get too much closer, because the more buildings could come down, then we're not going to help anybody.
60 years later, America let its guard down again. And again, planes were used to attack our country, causing another wave of patriotism, new wars, and a new resolve to never forget. Never forget. Never forget. And yet, as we honor those who died at Pearl Harbor 70 years ago this week, and those who died on 9/11 10 years ago this year, there are signs we have forgotten. The United States military faces deep $600 billion budget cuts because Congress can't control its own selfish spending. It's not that the defense budget shouldn't be cut, but not that much and not this way. It is still a dangerous world out there, and the number one responsibility of the government is to protect this country from attacks like the one that happened 70 years ago. And after 9/11, a commission was put together to figure out how we can better prevent and respond to attacks like the one that happened 10 years ago. Congress has all but ignored those findings. Here, 10 years have gone by, and first responders still don't have the ability to talk to one another in the wake of a disaster. On 9/11, many first responders in the North Tower couldn't communicate with those in the South Tower. And after Hurricane Katrina, first responders in the helicopters couldn't talk with first responders in the boats below. In both those cases, lives could have been saved. And here we are 10 years later, and Congress is still stalled on a bill to free up airwaves for first responders to speak to each other. So on this week, when we are all encouraged to never forget, here is hoping that Congress regains its memory.